Is it possible to manifest your specific person a few days before Valentine's so you can spend this loving day with the person of your dreams? Yes, it is. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey guys, I am Caroline. I'm a coach here at Create Your Future. So I have been asked lately, and I know a lot of you have been asking in the previous years, is it possible to manifest on a time crunch? So the answer is yes, it is. And I'm going to go over how you guys can do this. Now, it can be a specific person because in a few days we have Valentine's Days, and I know a lot of you would like to celebrate with your specific person. It can be anything. It can be a job. It can be an apology. It can be a text. It can be a trip. I mean, you name it. If you want something, you don't need to believe that is going to require for you to do lengthy techniques, days after days, weeks after weeks, to do your techniques, to go over your meditation, visualization, vision board, all those, rituals that you go through. Of course you can, but what I'm saying, it is possible to do it in a much faster, condensed way. How and why? Well, as always, remember each moment is independent from the previous, meaning that circumstances don't matter. Again, what does that mean? It means that whatever happened yesterday, last month, 10 years ago, 5 seconds ago, it's already not, it's never attached to what you have right now. And what you have right now, it's like this magic wand. It's this powerful power. It's a power that you have within, right? That's the only thing that you got. It's right now your ability to think and to focus. What are you focusing on, and who are you in that scenario? What is your state? Who do what do you identify as? Okay, I know all of these are terms that can be a little abstract, so I will develop a little bit on this. Let's discuss, as an example, Valentine's Day is coming, and you want to spend it with your specific person. Regardless if you're in contact or not, regardless that your specific person has ghosted you or said to you straight up, I have no feelings for you, I don't want to be with you, I am moving on with somebody else, it doesn't matter. When you're not with your specific person and you want to, and you feel like the manifestation is taking a long time or it's being delayed, look within. Always look within. Okay, and what do we have here? We have you identifying as the person who may not have the relationship. Or maybe you have the relationship, but it's a bad quality relationship. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, okay? It's your identification of self within the context. So within the context right now, what is your vibration? Meaning, what does that mean? Meaning, who do you, I get the earpod. Who do you identify as? If you cannot come up with the answer, I'm going to tell you very easily, just look at your complaints. You woke up this morning and you start to think about your specific person. What were you thinking? That maybe your specific person was not by your side. Your specific person had not texted you, had not called you, So whatever it is, now we're looking at it as complaints. You consciously or unconsciously, sometimes we don't even know we're doing it. I said, well, I'm not complaining about my specific person consciously. No, you're not. But you still identify as the person who is not chosen as the person who is not in the relationship maybe. So that makes you maybe sad, right? That makes you maybe uneasy. That maybe makes you upset, very upset. That makes you angry. That makes you feel defeated, rejected, all kind of feelings. Look at them. Don't ignore them. Look at them and observe them. Don't dwell on them, but just say, well, you know what? If I'm completely honest with myself, yeah, I'm trying to work on myself. I'm a happy person. It's possible. You can feel like, but I am a happy person. I'm doing things for myself. I have friends. I do things that I love to do. Good. But in terms of what you don't have and that you're working on manifesting, look at that. Those feelings, are they aligned? Are you also feeling like you're satisfied and you're fulfilled emotionally because you have what you want? You have your SP here. You have your SP inviting you for Valentine's, for example. So if the answer is no, then you look at how it feels inside. And if it is all those feelings that I just described, rejection, sadness, anger, whatever, devastation, feeling hopeless, helpless, whatever it might be, right? Then once you observe them, you understand, okay, that's my vibration. This is where I vibrate. Now, understand, your vibration, they are coming, from you out into the universe and back to you in terms of your 3D, your circumstances. That's the reflection in your life of who you are and what you experience. So if you're honest and you say, yeah, I do identify as the person who's not in a relationship because, hey, listen, it's the case. Well, that's okay. But no, it was the case even if it was 2 seconds ago, because right now we're refocusing. And our focus is that we are going to change the story. We are going to change the story and we are going to affirm, I am the person who is in the relationship. I am the person who spends Valentine's Day with my person. Why? Because that's what my person wants. What I want, they want too. Why? Because we are deeply in love. The feelings of love that I have for this person, they feel it too. Now, focus on the happiness, the love, and how exciting it would be to spend this holiday with him or her. Not on the complaints, well, when you would resent the person for not having taken action or having hurt you in the past. If your focus goes back on the hurt and you blaming that person for what they done or not done, but the result is that you're hurt. If that's your focus, then that's, remember, thoughts transmission. So that's what you implement and put in their mind. So now they are going to act accordingly. So if you say, oh, you're really a nasty person because you've hurt me so much when you said whatever, fill in the blank. You said that you had no feelings for me. Well, that is what this person is receiving at this very moment. So they're thinking, oh yeah, I have no feelings for this person and I don't want to be with them. So you want to change that. So you change your thought transmission. You implement through your focus, focus. I know you love me. I know you want to spend that day with me. I know there's no one else you want to spend that day. No one else you want to spend that day with. It's me and only me because I'm the love of your life. And you are taking action right now. Now, you have to really, the exercise here is to stay on that track of vibrating as the person who's chosen by a specific person and really avoid at all costs those feelings of being defeated, because you already have been defeated, right? That's already been done in the past. You've been rejected or you've been ignored, whatever it is. Now, today, right now, in this very moment, you only feel rejected again because you're focusing on the rejection and you're remembering the words, oh yeah, when my specific person said they don't feel anything for me. So it's not happening in real life. You're making it up in your imagination because you're remembering, because you're thinking on it, because you're focusing on it. So that's where, I need you to use this imagination, of course, and use your focus on the opposite, on what it is that you want. And then comes the question, well, it's not true. Why would you want me to say that this person loves me when they clearly said they have no feelings for me? Again, right now has nothing to do with the other moments you have experienced. Every moment is separate. It's a reset. Not even every second, every millisecond is a reset. So it doesn't matter. Again, that explains the circumstances don't matter, right? So you go back to concentrating. That's the conscious effort. That's where the work comes in. You go within and you say no matter what. And you use categorical words like, no matter what, I know my person is missing me right now. No matter what, I know my person loves me. No matter what, I know we're going to spend that Valentine's Day together. No matter what, you really, really, really need to put all your focus on this and nothing else. If anything creeps in, you're like, nope, sorry, no. You have to use tricks, like it could be visual tricks where you put up a stop sign or you push away or say, no, sorry, the door is closed, you cannot get in. Who cannot get in? That creepy thought that remembers that memory of what happened that was not fun, right? So you go about your day, you go about having, doing your things. If it's happy, if it's neutral, it doesn't matter. However, when SP comes to mind, it is the no matter what. It's inevitable. That's the only story. SP is missing me right now. SP is madly in love with me right now. Of course, he or she has never stopped. They want to be with me right now. They want to spend Valentine's Day with me, and I am getting the invite. I am getting the communication. Then you can also visualize or do the little exercise where you do the 10 steps ahead, right? So you imagine telling your best friend the day after Valentine's Day and say, oh my God, I got to tell you, Valentine's Day was so amazing. This is what SP did for me and with me. Now you're tricking the mind, because when you talk, you pretend to have this inner conversation with, let's say, your best friend, and you talk in the past tense. What are you saying to your subconscious? You're saying it's already done. It happened. Subconscious mind does not know the difference if you're making it up or if it really happened, because the communication, whether it's a real memory or memory that you made up, it's the same. But you have to align your vibration. You have to fuel your energy into the focus of what it is that you want, and not entertain the old feelings of rejection, the old feelings of hurt, the old feelings of resentment. You do not remember, you do not revisit that scene when SP was, for instance, either nasty or ignoring you or hurting your feelings. That's your job. That's where you have to do your work. All right. So I am talking about this because Valentine is coming up, and I just It was amazing. I had a client 3 months ago, and I only talked to her a couple of times. And she was on a time crunch, and it had nothing to do with SP. It had to do with work. And the situation was pretty desperate. We worked together to, when you work with a coach, is to just have clarity on where you might be having a block, resistance, or doubt. Sometimes we think we know what we want, and we think we know why we're not getting it, but there are other maybe layers, and you gain the clarity with the coaching because you're getting the perspective from someone who's not in it. And sometimes when we are in it, all of us, there are things that we don't see because we're too, because it's us. I can't really explain it any better right now, but having somebody else's perspective when we tell the story is usually extremely helpful because they can see things that we don't see. So anyhow, she had a deadline. It was I think 3 days, and she did the coaching, but all the work was on her. I cannot think for her. I cannot do the work for her. She aligned her energy. She aligned her vibration. She identified as the person who was working in that company, in that job. And it worked. It worked. I got the email, I think, a week or two later, sharing the news. It was great. I mean, it was amazing. And all the power to her because she did focus and she stayed on track. So it was amazing. So anyhow, yesterday I was thinking about that success, the time crunch. I kept on having in my mind time crunch, and she was popping up. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? That was really good. Since Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know I've heard a lot of people talking about being stressed because it was coming up and they wanted to really manifest fast. I was thinking about this client. Sure enough, towards the end of the day, I got a message from our reception that this particular client that I've been thinking about all day asked for a session with me on another topic. And I love it. I loved it because, it reminded me again, like every day, there are little things that remind me, thoughts transmission. It is a thing. It is true. It's like practice it, play with it, notice it. It is amazing. You think about someone, they're getting it, and you're getting the feedback. You can get the communication, you can get the messages, you can get the connection. So there was two things, with what happened yesterday. It was the thoughts transmission that I thought about her. Next thing I know, after 3 months, we're having a conversation, we're having a session. So yeah, when you think of your SP, for that manifestation that you want for Thanksgiving, you do it, but you do it not with complaints, not with resentment. You send those thoughts in their mind with gratitude and the joy in your heart of what you want to do with them on that particular day. And also, yesterday, the second point was the whole topic on manifesting on a time crunch. You can manifest something in 5 seconds. You can manifest something right now, immediately. Absolutely. It's actually, that's actually how it happens. You emit the thought and boom, it's already in motion. Sometimes there are different elements that need to be put into place. Like let's say you want to move into a beautiful condo overlooking the marina, except that the building has not been built yet. So things have to be put into place. You maybe have to wait another year and a half until the building is, constructed. So for you to be able to have your manifestation and buy the place and move in. However, the thought was emitted, and the plan, the motion was immediate. So when you say, well, I was thinking about my SP, but I didn't get an immediate response, well, observe the feelings you had right after. Did they align? Did you just emit and then let it go, or you kept on going, or you went back to observing 3D where SP is either not here or is still ghosting you, hasn't texted, and then they have all the fear and the doubt pop up, or just remembering an unpleasant even from the past, So when that happens, so we emit the good thought, and then right behind it we have the opposite. That delays the manifestation. That's why often it's delayed, and it's often because we go back and forth in our mind. So you do observe, you take accountability. Is that how you pronounce it? You feel responsible. You have to recognize how responsible you are for what you think and feel regarding a certain topic, and if that is really aligned with what you desire. Saying, I want to be with SP, and then complaining about SP, how horrible of a person SP is to your friends, that's not matching. That's, the contradiction will, of course, delay what it is that you want. So pay attention and focus. All right. I wish everybody a wonderful Valentine's and full of love from me, love from Create Your Future. And I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.